Gino if you could please make an opening statement,
Yeah.
and then we'll take
Good.
questions. Yes, I'll get with you.
Well, very fortunate, you know, it's one of those games you just, not really well played in terms of, we did a lot of mistakes. I don't feel like I coached the game very well myself. We didn't get the leadoff hitter. We struggled, throw our off-speed pitches for strikes. I think the first 7 innings, only got one leadoff hitter out. There's too many guys. They were being aggressive. You could tell the scouting report they were going to swing at the fastball and they're going to be aggressive. So our pitchers got to do a better job of getting, being able to throw their off-speed over, and we got to get the leadoff guy out. Made some mistakes there and trying to do some things offensively, and very fortunate. That was a big at-bat there in the 9th inning. You know, you're thinking, oh geez, they're going to stop the game because it's coming down pretty good, and God knows how long we could sit there, and they're going to have to get back. So there's no telling what could happen there. He could end up with a tie, and Ray Gill falls behind with 2 strikes and just battles, and hits it out of the ballpark. So very, very fortunate to come out with a win.
Were there specific things that you wish you had done differently throughout the game?
Yeah, I mean, just a lot. There's just a lot of little things throughout the game, moving guys around in terms of defensively for me in the outfield, and then just yeah, some situations where I should have put on a bunt, a drag bunt, and I didn't. And then we put on a fake bunt, and I wanted to run, but we didn't run. You know, it's my fault for giving the runner maybe the option instead of just telling him let's run. You know, I gave him the option to run, but he should have run, and I should have put it on. Just too many. Need to be more assertive and just be direct. We're going to run when I say we're going to run, and we're not going to run. And just like if we're going to put on the bunt, and we're going to bunt, and it just, I think, got a little crazier. I just felt like we could run on the pitcher. He was slow to the plate. Catcher's arm was maybe a little below average, and we were trying to be aggressive there, so we fake bunted is what I told Tuero. And we didn't run on the first pitch, which was a breaking ball, which would have been the right pitch to run on. We ran on a fastball and threw out Tony there. So that was frustrating. And then in 2 outs, and Jenkins was up at first again. I guess Lala swung at the first pitch and hit the line drive right at the pitcher, where I should have put the take on and let Jenkins run. We need to run again. We got to keep trying to run because that's a team I think we can run on, and let Jenkins get in scoring position with 2 outs. If he gets thrown out, Lala leads off the next inning. So I didn't do that there as well. But just a lot of things in my mind that I could have done better, I felt like.
Obviously, the running game's been a bit of a struggle this year.
It
Lots
has.
of caught stealings and pickoffs. What do you think you're getting out of there? Like, why has that been a struggle? And what are you going to do to improve it?
Yeah, I don't know. We don't have a lot of guys in the lineup can run.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when Thomas gets in there, he adds a little bit more speed to us because he can run a little bit for especially a catcher. But the few guys that can run we haven't done a very good job of that. We haven't been efficient. You know, early on in the year, I was letting them run on their own because that's the best way to run. And you don't want to have to run when somebody tells you got to run on this pitch. That forces you, to run. And if you don't get a good jump, it just makes it difficult. So you like to give them that freedom, but we weren't utilizing that freedom well early in the year. So I took that off. And so now I'm kind of controlling it a little bit, but I got to control it better, and so that falls on me. But to answer your question, I think there's a little lack of confidence there. They've been thrown out a few times, and so it's like a hitter. If you're struggling a little bit, the confidence is not. A base stealer has to have a lot of confidence, and he can't be afraid to get thrown out from time to time. The problem is we've gotten thrown out too much, so we've got to do a better job because. We don't want to be making outs on the bases for sure. We want to give our hitters a chance because a strength of our team probably is hitting the ball out of the ballpark, and we want to make sure if we got guys on base, we want them to stay on base because that's more runs when we hit it out of the ballpark.
Obviously, Carson's off to a great start to his career, throwing really 2 great appearances. Pitch you didn't win tonight as much as Red hit it out. So can you talk a little bit about him and what he's shown so far?
Excellent. He's you pitch well like that. It's certainly he stood out. He's been maybe not as dominating as he was in that Gator game that he threw on Sunday. Those 3 innings were just dominant. He didn't waste any time to strike. I think he threw 35 pitches in 3 innings. But bottom line, as you can see, he's very effective, righties or lefties. He gets a lot of bad swings from guys. So because of that, he's going to see more important roles for us. We brought him in there towards the back end. He ends up, the game ends, so he gets the W, which is great. And so he's going to see we knew this coming in, that this was something where we gotta figure out where he's gonna fit in, but it's gonna be somewhere very important in the latter part of the game.
Can you talk about McFarland a little bit? He
Yeah.
struggled again today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, right out of the gate, they're going after the fastball, and so the guy gets on, and the next guy, I know it's I can't remember the count there, but he hit the home run. But I think, yeah, got to get your off-speed pitches over. I'll have to look at the locations of those pitches, but they probably were pretty fat fastballs, if I had to guess. His first outing, watching that game back, he had great command of all his pitches. His changeup was down, middle, had guys chasing. His breaking ball he threw for strikes. His fastball had good movement. He was working both sides of the plate. He had everything going that first outing against Rutgers. And so, it's early in his career. He's a guy that's certainly got a very, very high ceiling, a lot of potential. Bottom line, I thought him and all the pitchers got to do a better job of throwing their off-speed pitches for strikes.
Anything else for Gino?
Can you just talk about if this gives you guys a confidence boost going into this weekend?
It better. I think so. I hope so. The guys are real happy right now. It's kind of, again, it was kind of a game that you could see kind of guys were looking around and going, geez, we had the game, and then they hit the wind was blowing out. It's one of them days where you hit the ball up. I mean, the first home run they hit, that's a routine fly ball, but the wind was blowing so hard, it just blew out. But it worked in our favor too. I think Ray hit that ball pretty good, but the wind just ate it way out of here. So, I think that the confidence, we cannot let this past weekend kill our confidence. Our players were very confident going into the weekend. It's a tough series. They were close, tough, hard battle games, all three of them. We can't let that beat us down. We got to turn the page, and I was hoping that this would be a game that we played better in, but I will say this, there's going to be games where you play not so good, and if you can win those games, that's really big. That's really big, and so for us, we should take that as this has got to motivate us to move forward and get ready for the weekend and have a lot of confidence.
Anything else? Okay.
Okay,
Thanks, Gino.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.